Alright. Hello, everybody. It's me, Generic Pie, back here with a game. And I'm returning to you with an episode of Peepin' Tom Bombadil, where I peep on other people's games. This game was suggested to me by modern legend of the War of the Rings server, GJB. One of the nicest people I've played with. Always great to play with GJB. Absolute pleasure. And GJB recommended that I make a video of this game. GJB plays a lot of games, so for GJB to recommend this game as a 10 out of 10, I think that speaks highly of this game. I have not watched it yet. It's against Sharpz, who I've never had the pleasure of playing with. But Sharpz has given me the A-OK, said it was okay to share this game with everybody. I did try to download the link without seeing who won. I did accidentally see the winner, so that's a bit of a shame. It would have been nice to have the anticlimax, but it's hard to do it on the spreadsheet. But anyway, it's not about the winner always, it's about how we get there. And I'm sure I'll get carried away and forget who wins by the time we're at the end anyway, hopefully. So anyway, we have GJB playing as the Free Peoples, and we have Sharpz playing as the Shadow. The Shadow started off with Wormtongue and Rage of the Dunlendings, and the Free People have a very nice starting card. We've got the Grimbion with the Scouts, and the House of the Shewards. Not such a great starting card. So we get this perfectly nice mixed roll for the Shadow, and we get a perfectly solid, if unspectacular, roll for the Free People. Both fine, probably better for the Shadow overall, I would say. And let's see what happens. So Sharpz moves Isengard down. GJB passes. I'm doing this really dramatically. He does moves the Isengardian fella to Moria. The Free People move. What's going to happen? One eye. They're missed. Saruman comes into play. And GJB draws a card. Doesn't really... I mean, I suppose you could play Grimbion there. But in this situation, you probably want to keep that Scouts. So he decides to draws into Aemir. Good to get early so he can make the most of... I'd actually be tempted here to maybe play it so you can then maximize the double move. I think that's what I would do. Not sure if that's right. I might want to get someone down. Anyway, Wormtongue is in play. Yep, he does. Oh, so he brings them directly into... Oh, yeah, you can just put them in Helms Deep. You don't even have to put them in Edoras. Silly me. And they move these guys up to Morannon and the move towards Lorien. So with this final one, is it worth getting the elves down, or do you just do the standard moves? Probably just do the standard moves. Yeah, because I think the elves they're gonna get... You're not gonna get an extra elf in there in time, are you? And with the final move, decides to move these out of here. I think I would have been tempted to go for Dimrod Dale, just in case you get a terrible roll. I've had that before when you're like one dice short, and it just gives the Free People the chance to get the elves to war, and then you're really full of regret because or maybe you don't roll a muster or something like that, or not enough musters. Anyway, draws Mithril Coat and Sting, too early for that one, unfortunately. Warm with Sorrow and Toil, power of Bombadil, Peepin' Tom Bombadil, and the Orcs multiplying again. That's annoying. If you'd moved that army instead of this army, you could have beefed up the Dol Gul'Dorians. Okay, so we get a much more eye-heavy turn for the Shadow. Not many attacks there. And we get a much more movement-heavy turn for the Free People. So eyes versus movement. Yeah, lots of eyes and lots of movement. Warm with Sorrow and Toil goes down. Tom Bombadil goes down. North comes into play. Draws into Help Unlooked For. Orcs multiplying again. So we get... Okay, so deciding to do it anyway. I think... I guess... I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have done that. And then the Free People are moved. So let's see what we get. 4, 5, 5. So they are fine. these guys start marching up. I suppose, actually, that's a fair point. If you're going to have all these extra movements, it's not that big a deal to use one of the double movements to get this army into there. Okay, I kind of like it. What else are you going to do? I suppose you can ready up the South runs and whatnot, but you're going to have time to do that anyway. So okay, I can buy it. First you move again. Are they going to get hit into Moria? 3, perfect for the GJB. You must have loved to have seen that. Warmissor and Toil. Randomly discards a card. What card was that? Don't know what card it was. It wasn't Mithril Coat and Sting. Oh, it was probably the Brave Stand Boromir one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and the Inevitable is getting closer. And GJB moves again, because of course you would. And they hit again. 2, so that's a 2R. And what do you do here? Do you reveal dead into the middle of this fat army and get another tile? Or do you take the safe route? Choose your poison. Are you a risk taker or are you not? I think I would probably just eat the shit and just go here. And that's what he does, yeah. 2 on the eye. So there we go. Now Moria. And it's a 3. Ooh, that's painful. That's painful. I think you got to take a random here. Random. Legolas. That's fine. And now he's going to lose Mithril. So yeah, there was no chance to really play Mithril there, was there? I wonder if at any point I guess... I was going to say you could have used the token at some point to get the elves 1 down, but when you don't have a single muster to complement the tile, there's no point. So this has gone very nicely in terms of getting the elves nicely pincered. Gone very nicely for sharpz here. GJB passes. We go into turn 3. The eagles are coming as drawn, as is the red arrow. And for the shadow, we get Shadow's Gather. Lovely. And give it to us. Okay, so yeah, nice cards for the shadow here. Not bad cards for the free people. One of these scouts is going to get used very soon. All right, so we get 1 eye added. Not many attacks here. Aha, interesting. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about earlier, when you're really low on attacks and you're kind of wishing you'd used one of those movements to get this army out earlier instead. I don't know. Yeah, so that's when the Dol Guldur move can come back to bite you, because it's 1 extra move, and that 1 extra move now would have meant you could have got both of these at war potentially. Anyway, let's go. So we get okay, the 2 W's, the 2 wills, and the 2 character dice. So yeah, save the wills to probably use to do maybe some kind of mustering or something along those lines, depending on how this is looking. So Sauron goes to war. Wait, where did that character die go? Oh, he used him to... yeah, had to flip the fellowship, of course. And the South Fronts go down. Gandhi comes in, of course. Yep, right, obviously. Give it to us, goes into the pool. And Dale is attacked. They're scouted away. Yep, I would use the Grimbion as well. Oh, Dale is attacked. Okay, I just assumed that it would have been an Old Forest Road. Ah, okay. Interesting. All right, so now the North are at war. Ooh, that's interesting, because now I think as the free people, the move is to do a double move with the will and get the dwarf in there in case they go for the dwarves, and the Old Forest Road guy in there. I think that's the play. That's what I would certainly do anyway. Straight away. Because now the North are at war, you can do that double move. Yeah, very nice from GJB. Yeah, so I think in that case, the sharpz, what I would have done is just attacked Old Forest Road, because even if they scout away into here, um, um, well, I suppose you're going to get the North Twar anyway. But they're now, this is a real, you know, this quite well stocked up Woodland Realm now, whereas it wouldn't have, it would have only had one extra guy in there otherwise. So yeah, I think maybe sharpz was concerned about getting the elves to war when he wasn't, or he or she wasn't able to get them both at war at the same time, so decided to go for Dale instead. But this is the downside of that. So the Witch King comes into play, and the Fellowship move, and they're hit twice, and it's a 2. So I presume probably go with a random again here. Yep. Ah. And it's the Dunedain. How do you say it? Dunedain. Stridey. He's gone. And another Warmer Sorrow and Toil, which is going to be the Eagles coming. So, I mean, it's painful to lose Mithril Coat and Sting, but having said that, when you get Mithril Coat and Sting that early in the game anyway, you're probably it's a high chance you're not even, you may not play it anyway. It might not last that long. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's frustrating, but not the worst thing in the world. So then we go Woodland Realm. The elves are moved down. Here, as the free people, is it worth using the token? Probably not. You probably save it in case of cruel weather, I think. And then we go on to turn 4. The shadow draws Grond. Nice timing there. And the shadow lengthens, so we're getting lots of the movement cards. So I mean, that's some powerful cards for the shadow there. So that's a hell of a hand. 4-card hand. And we get Axe and Bow and a power 2 great. Oh, that's a spicy elven meatball right there. That's timing. That is timing. So that means that GJB can if you'd known as the free people, if you'd known, you would have 100%. I think you'd 100% have used your token. Now you play it, you move down 1. They have to use a thing to get rid of. Do they have there? They've got 2 cards. You use one of those. And Grond, though, you'd lose Grond and one of these. Oh, mate, that's exciting. Oh, okay. And GJB decides to go into Lorien to heal, which could be interesting as well, because if they go in here, have they got any cards they can use within the fellow within here? Personally, I don't tend to do that. I think what I probably would have done is gone in past Celebrant and then moved down here. And then if I still was feeling desperate later, then I would have healed in Minas Tirith. Because what's going to happen is this army's going to go in here, and then you're going to have extra rerolls anyway. So that's not going to be nice. But it does mean that the Fellowship can get healed, which is always a good thing. So yes, they're healed 1. Bishop okay. Warmer Sorrow. Oh, of course, I forgot. My bad. Gets a Warmer Sorrow and Toil, because that was a real thorn in the side of the free people so far. So I can understand the logic then. Yeah, get rid of Warmer Sorrow and Toil. You're low on health anyway, and just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, yeah, I get it. Because a lot of Fellowship members are probably going to die by the time you get to Minas Tirith anyway, and you might not get the right movement to get into Minas Tirith. All right. So a very eye-heavy turn from the Shadow, and a beautiful turn if you want to move the Fellowship, not if you're up against 4 eyes and you've decided to rest. I'm guessing as a free people, you probably that's an awkward one. That's really awkward, especially when you've got a power 2 great, because this is when you really want to ideally, I don't know if you can I don't know. Tricky one. You probably play Axe and Bow. Don't know what else you really do with those character dice. I don't know what else you really do. We'll see. We'll see what GJB does. Yep, plays a power 2 great. Had to be done. So sharpz discards Grond and shadow lengthens. Yep, as you would. That's a painful discard. Grond and the shadow lengthens. I mean, still got good cards, but is there any world where you wait to draw cards next turn? I don't think there is, because it means that they would 100% be able to muster in there. So you have to, yeah, you absolutely have to do what sharpz did. But that's a painful one. And GJB says maybe time to leave Lauren. Yeah, I think you've got to. Feel free to stay a while. You got to do it. Gets hit, 0 revealed, in path calibrant. As a shadow here, the way this is looking, I think you've gotta get a couple of schmucks onto the fellowship. I think that would certainly be on my mind. The idea of maybe following them along, making life miserable. We'll see what sharpz does. Goes for Lorien. Elves are at war. GJB flips. Willem Realm. Okay, so I think I might have been tempted to do a double army move and move a guy and a Nazgul onto here and start readying these, and then because you've got these extra attacks anyway, because now GJB can move again. I mean, I suppose they're gonna get hit anyway, but this game is weird sometimes, and it's good to just I've had so many games when someone doing that to me can be a game changer. So I'm a real advocate of when you get the chance doing that. All right, so we play Relentless Assault in Woodland Realm. Okay, that's interesting because that's not the biggest army. So if this goes badly, this could go very badly. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we go for the. If you're going to do it, I think. Yeah, so that's okay. 2 hits overall. Let's see how it goes for GJB. 1, so 2 as well. So that's, yeah, pretty poor rolling on on both sides. Press draw. Only 3 left. 3 versus 6. So it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. No card from GJB, and we get a swarm of bats. Okay, with only 4 leadership, this could be 1 hit, 2 hits, so not quite killed. GJB needed some hits there, really needed some hits. Okay, I think this is should be enough for the shadow here, even if it's going to take an extra die. GJB plays axe and bow. Yep, that's smart. Don't want to move another time against 4 eyes. Woodland Realm, no card, no card. No hits. We're going to get 1 on the reroll. No hits on the reroll. That's hurt. That hurts. That really hurts. And nothing back. And we get the final move. So what do you do here as the as a free people? I think I would be tempted to maybe just play the red arrow. Maybe just play the red arrow. Gets the Rohan close to war, buffs up Edoras, makes them quite scary. Think that's what I would probably do. The other option, I think, the other potentially good option, I think, would be to get Gondor down. That could be the safer play, because you want to, at some point in the game, this is going to become a thing, and you're going to need to defend Dol Amroth. So I'd be tempted to do that. Okay, or yeah, I did see it cross my mind. Or you go for this and just make life a nuisance and try and retake Dale. Yeah, I think that's another really solid play. And then you can use the token as and when to get Gondor down, or just save it for the cruel weather. And then with the final move, okay, nice, very nice. Yeah, good stuff from sharpz. And then readying this, yeah, very good. So he probably assumed that GJB wouldn't move again, give him a chance to do that. But yeah, you love to see it. Well done. Draws into a day without dawn.
and cancel corpses, and Horn of Gondor, swords, and Eriador. So Horn of Gondor, just the right time to draw into that. I think probably going to need to use cards like that in this game the way it's going. So we get a nice roll from the Shadow. And oh my god. Okay, now we've swung the other way. And going to be a very heavy defensive turn from the free people. Lots of mustering. I'm guessing at the end of this turn, either Carrick is going to be a monstrosity. Actually, I think Carrick's almost definitely going to be a monstrosity. I think that's going to happen. What else is going to happen? That monstrosity is going to move here. That's my prediction. Carrick's going to become massive. Carrick's going to move here. And that's going to be the vast majority of the free people's turn. The Horn of Gondor will also get played, I expect. When it comes to the Shadow, let's see. So, one sec. Let's take a break. Okay, so let's go for Gondor. Okay, yeah. I think that's smart as well. I think that's smart. Southron's at war. Gondor. Okay. So here, I think GJB has realized there's a genuine, serious threat of the Shadow just charging into Dol Amroth in one fell swoop. And if you don't defend it, that army can just go bloop, 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 and then Dol Amroth is So yeah, that's actually I wasn't really thinking in terms of the overall dice, but yeah, this is a really smart play from GJB. If you just focus on this, it leaves Dol Amroth completely open, and you're in trouble. So, but anyway, I suppose you can wait to see what the Shadow does a little bit, see where they're going, what they're doing. But once the Southrons are at war, you'll definitely. Actually, having said that, the only way that it's a real threat is if they have Corsairs, because otherwise they have to go through Peligir, which gives you 2 musters anyway. So I think I would have been inclined to wait, maybe even gamble that the Shadow doesn't have Corsairs, and use that turn to make Carrick more of a nuisance, and then maybe put one muster down Gondor, something like that. Anyway, I can't go into this much detail about everything, otherwise I'll bore you all to death, and I'll never finish this game. So anyway, so GJB, so yeah, they kill the man, the lone hero in Woodland Realm, and the Shadow is on 3 victory points. These armies go here. They don't have Corsairs, but this puts heavy pressure on the free people to muster in Dol Amroth, because you're scared. So yeah. So then Candle of the Corpses comes, and now the Shadow knows that there's no Corsairs. They can use this last one to muster up here if they so desire. Cancel Corpses whiffs, as it so often does. GJB, yes, that whole turn was fully committed to. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a long shot trying to take back Dale, isn't it? Especially when this army can just come up here. Yeah, and you're going to get. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's actually the right play from GJB. Gondor armies are grouped. This army's coming here to provide reinforcements. GJB passes. Now you know for absolutely 100% sure. Actually, you already knew as Nicole says. This army, so Gondor is now under threat. Horn of Gondor is played, and we have some mustering in Orthanc, and we move on to turn 6. We get Olokai, Kieran ships. That's kind of annoying timing for the free people. You've just spent all these musterers. Think of all those dice were committed. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 dice you committed to get 2 elites in here, and then you just draw Kieran ships. So yeah, and all those dice could have been used elsewhere to make Carrick a nuisance. You could have played the Red Arrow. You could have got these guys into position. There's a lot. So I mean, you can never count on drawing that, but that does kind of suck for the free people. Black Captain commands. So again, bloody good cards for the Shadow so far. Really strong cards, and Smeagol that helps Nice Master. But these dice, let's have a look at the stats. +4 on eyes. +4 on eyes for the Shadow, and -4 on 6s for the free people. Oh no, combined. So we don't know who's doing well there. But +4 on eyes is painful. My God, always E. Yeah, I feel you. So we get a leader and a lonely fellow here. I think if I would probably, I guess that's to try and slow them down. But then if you're going to do that, you might as well put an extra just guy in Lamadin, maybe? I don't know. Or put someone in Losanak to be annoying. Olokai comes into play, goes into Lorien. Smeagol Martha goes into the pool. Black Captain commands. They're going to swoop down, presumably to probably here. Yep. Attack Lorien. No card. Would you play a card? The cards are too good. Cards are too good to play, I think. Just go for it. Probably play. Yeah, nothing to play there either. One hit from sharpz and one hit back. Press. No card, no card. 2 hits from sharpz. 1 hit back from GJB. So they're not rolling well, the elves, today. No card, no card. So sharpz is rolling quite hot now. And then when it's a bit too late, the elves get their hits and the strongholds have fallen. So I think the game is turning quite fast here. And the shadow is up to 5 victory points. Where are the other 5 going to come from? We will see. But the plan is clearly at the moment to swoop in on Gondor. Now we get a leader in here, which means this. Interesting. Where's the other one going to go? Okay, so Pelagis getting mustered. These armies are combining. Okay. Dimaldale, where are they going? What's going on here? Why would you move the army up there? Are they going to go to Rivendell? But the Free People still has a huge port, so I don't think you'd go for Rivendell because you're going to be able to muster there. Are they going to go to fight these? Surely, if you want to get this army, you want to go down, don't you? To go for Rohan. And then if you want to fight the northern guys, you send the Mount Gundabad. Anyway, let's see what happens. So now they're going across. Okay. Oh. Ooh, that hurts. But that's nice. Oh, there's no leadership left. So Dale's going to get taken back by the single guy. That's clever from GJB. So yeah, I guess the play would be to have either left the character die until last, or you leave one Nazgul here in case this happens, so you can attack or move there. Seems like GGB may have kept that scouts on purpose for this kind of eventuality. Not that they could go into Dale anyway, but they could just dance out of the way. Okay, now sharpz goes for Fords of Eisen with this army. Wow, okay, that's interesting. So that's not a big army. Is that to pressure the Free People to use that character die to get this army in here instead of in here? But then the Free People's going to move first next turn anyway, so this army can go in here regardless. And with Gan, I don't really see the point in that move, personally. Maybe sharpz didn't feel like there was much else to do with that character die because all the leadership's trapped up here. Yeah, interesting one. Sharpz gets the hit. GJB gets a hit back. Presumably they press. So it's 2. Okay, interesting. So I'm guessing, is this just trying to get Helms Deep under siege just to be a nuisance? I personally wouldn't do that with such a small army. I think I'd rather wait until you've got that fully mustered up, or you had multiple dice so you could charge in without any repercussions. Because next turn GJB is just going to move that straight in there, presumably. But yeah, so Dale is taken back. We're back down to 4 VPs. Turn 7. Many King's Service of Mordor. Spirit of Mordor. Gwahir. And the Nazgul Strike. Sharpz adds 2 eyes to the hunt. and another not particularly. Oh my god, these rolls! These rolls! So no movement and not many attacks. So this is okay. This game is gonna get stodgy. So GGB does what you would do and starts moving this guy over here. That's smart. That's a free defender in Rivendell. Also potentially blocking off the Mount Gundabad coming around here. If that became a thing. All these musters can be used to take back Dale. So if you're the shadow here, I think priority number one is probably to attack straight into. Even though you've got this pathetic army, you kind of have to attack Dale to stop Dale, making the Northern Force Pool a thing. So now we've got Shadows Gather. Right, where are these? Oh, I see. Right. I wrote you off, Sharpz. Forgot about Shadows Gather. Very nice, very nice. Of course, that move there makes perfect sense because it sets you up for the Shadows Gather, the beautiful 1, 2, 3 move. And by moving there, you don't really telegraph what you're doing. I guess maybe, yeah, okay, I didn't see it coming. I did not see that coming. Although, having said that, you could just go 1, 2, 3 from Lorien directly. But anyway, nice. Maybe that. And then, but the problem with that move, doing that then, I think I'd have waited to do that till later because now Dale is going to make your life hell. So starts taking the Western Met. These guys come up here. The red arrows played. That's nice. That's really nice. Then Dale from the Easterling army. So okay, this army is going to come here. I think you have to. Yep. Okay. Sharpz gets 1 hit. GGB. God, GGB's dice have been terrible. The press runs away, but now Erebor is very strong. And this army can only really hold Dale. It can't really do anything else. It can't really attack anywhere. I suppose it can join up with the Woodland Realm army and try and take Erebor. But Erebor looks rough. Denethor's Folly is drawn. Gwahir is played. So what's going to happen here? I'm guessing Gandhi and Helms Deep, probably. It must be Gandhi and Helms Deep. No, Bobbit. Hobbit and Helms Deep. Interesting. I guess because GGB hasn't drawn any Ent cards, so maybe you want to keep Gandalf in there and make sure that his dice stays safe. But having said that, because there's such meager leadership in here, I would be tempted to have just sent Gandalf in there, perhaps, given the way this game is going. And the Hobbit provides leadership. Oh, right. So Rohan is activated, or if Sauron is. So it's a way of getting, of activating them. Clever. So now this army is bolstered, and GJB uses the ring to move the Fellowship, because the Fellowship just hadn't been moving at all. So I think had to be done. Hit on the final die, draws a 1, so I'm guessing one of these is going to go. Horn of Gondor is gone, and the Nazgul strike. Roll of the Hunt, and they're hit again. It's another one. There goes Axe and Bow. So those 2 cards have done their job. But the Force Pool is shrinking. Not the Force Pool. The Hunt Pool is shrinking with those tiles. So now we get Horde from the East and Athelas. And the Lidus Eye and Celeborn is drawn about 1,000 turns too late. But Athelas, I mean, it's in this game, it could prove useful, actually. Could prove, even without, if you get a good roll on that, could be a game changer. But it's going to need a very good roll. Okay, GGB finally rolls an actual movement. Incredible stuff. I think, yeah, you want to move straight away to prevent these guys doing their dastardly tricks on you. And they're missed. A treat for the free people. However, okay, so wait. So sharpz has a think, considers moving the army, but considering they're going to move again, they're going to just reveal next turn, declare next turn. Doesn't really make a difference. So instead, goes to Fords of Eisen and groups up this army, I believe. Attacks Erebor. Are they going to fight? Nope, they take one in. Probably wise. Would you fight there? Be tempted to maybe have a fight, throw out the advantageous position with an army that size, because there's no leadership there. I think I might have been tempted to go for that. It's risky, and you know, there's a deadly strife. Yeah, maybe just play the deadly strife and hope for the best or something. But anyway, might be very risky. Helms Deep put under siege. And the Spirit of Mordor is played, presumably on the Helms Deep army. That's one of the better Spirit of Mordors I've ever seen. 3 hits. So that army looks a lot weaker than it did a second ago. A reg is moved to take back Iron Hills to make extra sure the dwarves don't get up to any naughtiness. Another guy. So take 2. Carrick Man is back in business. You love to see that. And Edoras is also buffed up a little bit. The Witch King moves to Erebor. So some Nazgul are moved around the place. Another single. Let's have a look at the Northern Force Pool. How are they doing? Okay, so we're using this as a way of doing 2 things at once. Very slowly building armies in 2 places at once, but that's useful because this army is going to get smaller and this army is going to get smaller. So sharpz decides to attack Erebor with quite a small army and minimal leadership. That's risky. That is risky. So let's see what happens here. If this goes badly, that could have consequences. I think I'd probably play the advantageous position anyway. You probably take the risk, but it does nothing against the words of power. Sharpz gets the 1 hit, and TJB gets the 2 hits this time. 2 hits. So now the dwarves are at war, and Sharpz decides to stop. Draws into Nazgul Search, which could prove handy. This army moves here. And where else did the other army move? It's an H-die. Edoras to Western Met. So there was surely another army move there. Into Era. Was that it? Just 1 movement? Okay, fair enough. And now, so that's quite relatively rare that you see the Mouth of Sauron before the 3 people, the Fellowship's actually in Mordor. So we're now on to turn 9. We have Bilbo's Song, useful. Shadows Moving, Guards of the Citadel, and Dreadful Spells. So that could be revenge for the Spirit of Mordor, perhaps. We will see. The Fellowship are declared in Eastern Brownlands, and sharpz allocates an eye and gets a very mustery heavy turn. So I think what I'd be tempted to do here, considering you've kind of committed at this point to Erebor, muster up, go for the classic Oliphant Factory. Always a big fan of the Oliphant Factory. Get a bunch of them, get them in here, sort it out, mate, sort it out. Maybe also, considering you've got so many of them, you could also get some elites into Orthanc, because this is going to need reinforcements badly as well. You can barely. What this game is this is a foreshadow. This is I would be having a headache right now. I don't know what I would be thinking. But yes, I would certainly be thinking about mustering in these 2 places. So the Fellowship move. They are missed. So the game is, it looked very heavily like it was swinging in favor of Shadow. Now it's starting to look like it could go the way of the 3 people. So goes for Helms Deep, has a swing, Let's see how it goes. What cards? Lots of cards. You've got the lots of the Debris of Orthancs. Probably, well, you're probably going to play the Denethor's Folly one, I imagine. You want to save the Dreadful Spells. I think I might have just played. You might want to save that for the Nazgul. Yeah, you probably need to save that for the Nazgul Search, don't you? You need to save that for the Nazgul Search, so you hold the Dreadful Spells for later. I think you probably want to hold on to the Hold from the East to bolster up that. Oh yeah, that would be instead of the Oliphant Factory. Do that there. So I would play Denethor's Folly. Yep. Go straight into the Daylight. And one hit. Just the one. That's painful. But GJB, his rolls are so awful. Gets one. Okay, so gets the 2 hits. Yeah, it's passable. And now this army's looking really small. Really quite, especially when this can be mustered right outside. Yeah, that's painful. So now extra emphasis on mustering in Orthanc for the shadow. Oh wow! Oh wow! So they pressed. Oh my goodness! Wow, that is brave. That is brave. Okay, what's going to happen here? 4 hits. Is the Witch King? No, the Witch King's not there. Okay. And 4 hits back. 2 versus 2. Okay. You're going for glory here. Going for glory. Almost worked, to be fair. Almost worked, but now you have to stop. And presumably, if you're the 3 people, you're probably gonna attack this. I don't know. What do you do? Can the shadow afford to keep attacking with this? 2v2? I think it's a free, but you have to attack it. You have to give it a go. I hope you get a hit. Fateful Strike. You probably want to save that for Bilbos. I would almost be tempted to use a charge there just to try and get a hit. HG from Westmet, yeah, no cards. Oh, and there they are. There are the good dice rolls just when you need them. Oh, baby. Helms Deep is back in the game. Muster some more Nazgul. Muster some more Nazgul. Yeah, see, now all the dice have to go on Nazgul musters when they could have been used for... Yeah, see, I think I would have been patient there. Mustered up here and moved the army in here to defend them, just because that was... It almost paid off, but now you've lost the Horde from the East to help this army, and you've got fewer musters to get guys in here as well. How is the Rohan force? And now the Rohan force pool's stacked as well. So yeah, Rohan's an absolute nightmare now. That's really, really painful. The 3 people move, the Fellowship move. It's 1 and a 3, so they're safe. But yeah, wisely held on to that Nazgul Search, because otherwise the ring was going to come out and the 3 people were going to be into Mordor. So the Nazgul all move around the map, and the 3 people are revealed. There's another elite put into Helms Deep. Yep, makes perfect sense. This army is coming round to here. I guess at some point you might have been tempted to get... Yeah, I think at some point I would have wanted to get one more leader into Helms Deep, because I think this was coming at some point. So they have a little chat. Thinks all missed a move. Game is more fun when we watch out for each other's mindless mistakes. Well said, GJB. Well said. So Kirdan's ship is played. Where are these guys going to come? Oh, into Pelagir. Very nice. And Minas Tirith is put under siege. Obviously, Guards of Citadel is up the sleeve. So I think GJB is quite fine with that, given this is a relatively small army. Monsters Roused is drawn, as is Cruel Weather. Oh, the timing! The timing! You get the Nazgul Search, and then you get the Cruel Weather. So let's see how this works out. Dane is drawn, and that's also... the timing of some of these cards is pretty crazy, actually. this game. There's been some really interesting timing of the cards. So 2 eyes put into the hunt. Guards naturally played straight away. A whole load of fellas put into Isengard lands. Dreadful Spells is played presumably onto Minas Tirith, and we get 2 hits, which is good. That basically neuters much of the good work done by Guards of the Citadel. However, GJB is making Pelargir into a pain in the arse. Once again, the Isengardians are mustering. They cannot be stopped, but it's costing a lot of dice to do it. We get... So this is quite funny. So you're using the token to do nothing. You're literally just trading turns. But having said that, fair play. That's very smart from GJB because he is going to know. Actually, having said that, you're going to have to use one to unveil, a ring to move. So is that even going to make a difference in the end? It's out of your control regardless, I think. Some little movie moves. Ooh, could this be a serious military threat now? Wow, that is a very empty Mordor. Hadn't even noticed that. Woof. How brave. Okay, but yeah, so decides to be but there's a real shot at, I don't know, some kind of free people shenanigans there. I guess this army's there as well. But yeah, I think I would do the same. The foul thing, the reveal, that's painful. Draws the Pipster. At least GGB didn't waste a ring. And now, once again, Dale is going to be retaken. Cleverly done on the final move of the turn. And also, now, okay, the free people thing is happening. And also, there's a Hobbit in there. So that brings into the play the possibility of Through a Day and a Night. So this game, I can see why he's giving it a 10 out of 10. The King is revealed. I will go alone. Breaking of the Fellowship and Faramir's Rangers. That's kind of annoying. You just literally moved an army out of Osgiliath. Oh, man. And that would have been such an easy... you're almost tempted to move the army back. Pick up the guys. And yeah, the timing is very irritating there. But the shield wall is really handy for military stuff. Okay, so the question here is, how brave is GJB feeling? How brave is GJB feeling? He decides to hide. Okay, so the free people military thing is still more of a threat than a direct. And the Day Without Dawn comes into play. Nice. Faramir's Rangers. Okay. Are there no leaders left? Oh yeah. I swear though, I'm not sure you can do that, can you? Unless I thought there had to be an army in Osgiliath, a unit in Osgiliath. I'm not sure if that's legal. I don't want to press back because I don't want to screw up the replay. Yeah, I definitely agree. There's no army there. So Faramir's Rangers is a bust. So he moves the army back to do it. He does what I said he might. Okay, that's interesting. Part of me thinks if you're going to do that, you might as well just go for Moran, maybe. This army. If you can only muster one at a time, you can take Morannon. Maybe. Nah, he'll be able to muster. Now play Faramir's Rangers. Now this army is big enough to seriously threaten this again. So at some point you'd want to have used one of those musters to get this stronger because there's still another guy in here. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I think one of those mustard needed to be used to muster there. Helms Deep's back under siege. Helms Deep's attacked. What are we going to go for this time? We get the Desperate Battle. 2 hits versus nothing. 3 hits back. Press 4 versus 8, but only 4 dice. Sharpz gets 2 hits. GJB gets 2 hits. Is he gonna? He keeps pressing. No hits. Very friendly battle. Still pressing. Really going for it. No hits. 1 hit back. Helms Deep has been a real thorn in the side of the Shadow this game. And once again, the mustering continues. Just cycling through these Orthanc armies, basically. And so GGB uses the ring to move the Fellowship. They are not hit. And then, with the final die, the ring is used again to cruel weather away. And GGB says, man. That's a sad phrase. Just the man. That hurts. That really hurts. Especially after he's used a ring. Yeah, sharpz says sorry. But it's a game. It's the game. Draws into Ents. So that could be, which Ent one is it? Nameless Wood. Score 2 additional hits. Tasty meatball. Valinor, the ring is mine. Imrahil. Okay, interesting. So we get 2 eyes added to the hunt. You don't really need eyes at this point, especially because the fellowship is just about to go in. And you also don't need this many character dice. This is a really unfortunate roll for GGB. It's complete overkill. Massive overkill. And if he doesn't even get hit, what are you going to do with those character dice? I mean, it's good for free people military shenanigans. That's about it, really. File. Orthanc is mustered again. Orthanc armies are moved. This army is once again mustered. These guys are made stronger. The mouth is flipped. Helms Deep is attached. Surely Helms Deep falls this time. I presume you play Nameless Wood against Great Hosts. So you need some serious hits and luck from the Shadow, from the 3 people here. Sharpz. That's lucky. That's the luck. That's the luck. And GGB gets 3 hits. So now it's 4 versus 1. Should still be enough for the Shadow. Should be enough. Whew. It's not enough. It's still not enough. Oh, this is some crazy. This is one of probably the longest battle I've ever seen in Helms Deep in terms of what's gone back and forth. Starts mustering up again here. Ringer's Mind goes in. Okay, so this army's been used to take back Minas Tirith. Makes sense. I still do wonder if to slow down the Shadow, it actually might have made more sense. I don't know. I guess this army is acting as a buffer between these two to stop this army going in there and to make. Yeah, I think it's probably the safe play. There's a little part of me that thinks, could you have done military stuff? So shield wall. GGB gets 2 hits, and then 3 hits, but only 2 should be done because of the shield wall. Wow, shield wall actually doing its job. Well done. GGB presses, 2 hits, 2 hits on the reroll. Press again, 1 hit, 3 hits. So I mean they're doing their job. But now this army is so small. This army can come in here, charge into that, and then just defend that. So has it actually made? I guess the main difference it's made is it's not. Minas Tirith isn't going to fall quickly. It's going to take a little bit longer. But is it worth the overall trade-off? I'm not 100% sure. So now, yeah, now you just go for Osgiliath. Takes it down. And between these two, that should take Minas Tirith. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right play. Really. I don't know what you do instead, but the overall effect it's had is actually probably helped the Shadow more than it's helped the 3 people. Because that army wasn't big enough to take it on its own, and you had the higher ground in Osgiliath if you're the defender against the Sarundel, which had no leadership. So I think that you either stay there, or you wait for the perfect moment to do like a through a day and a night and just try and charge in to do a free. Yeah, so I think that was probably an error by the Shadow. The 3 people move. They are not hit. Some leadership travels over here just to make extra sure. We're on to turn 13. Fear 5 foes. Okay, we get Shellobs, half orcs. That's nice to have. Very nice. Fear 5 in the Grey Company. Not ideal cards, really. I guess you can use the Brave Stand in this, but that Brave Stand could be very useful. That could save Helms Deep again. Turn 13 in Mordor. My god, I am slow. 13 turns to get to Mordor is quite incredible. Well done, GJB. That is remarkable. Considering only 1 turn was actually spent. Let's have a look at these dice again. So yeah, -5 on movement. That hurts. Plus the Nazgul Search, plus the Cruel Weather, plus the multiple turns where you've literally rolled no movement, and you've lost dice to Day Without Dawn. Painful. Overall, in the whole game, we've been very low on good dice. The 1s and 3s have dominated, yeah, very eye heavy for the Shadow. Yeah, this game's been insanely slow overall. Yeah, it has. Let's have a quick look at the pool. Very mixed pool. Bit of everything in there. About as, yeah, definitely more on the revealed side. Not as many non-revealed tiles, but other than that, it's quite varied. 4 eyes. And no fear of Day Without Dawn. So at this point, I think you just run for the hills. Run for your... Oh my god, that's rough. And it's the eye as well. Oh, that's as bad as it gets. Pretty much as bad as it gets. Right, then Shelob goes in just to rub it in. So army moves from Iron Hills to here to buff up that army a bit. Atalas is played, understandably. 1, better than nothing. Minas Tirith is attacked. Deadly Strife. Presumably this is going to fall. Fold like a pack of cards. Maybe not. No, maybe not. 4 versus 2. That was a terrible Deadly Strife for the Shadow. They draw into Desperate Battle, though, which is really handy. You play that naturally. And, yeah, job done. Yeah, so looks like this game is edging towards conclusion. I think that's going to go very soon. So that gets them up to 8. Where'd you get the final 2 victory points? With the Rohan Force Pool shrinking, you probably go for Edoras, and then 1 final attack on Dale, maybe? I mean, Dale has been the heart of this game. Maybe that's how it ends. Half Orcs and Goblin Men is played. Yeah, you do that. That makes perfect sense. The Northern Leader goes to Dale and a Reg in Edoras. So it's kind of just like holding on for dear life here from GJB. Yeah, and then you play the Brave Stand. It's not going to hold. Yeah, there's no way it was going to hold again. And now 8 victory points. So looking very good for Shadow here. Very good. So that's the thing. Yeah, I do wonder if as 3 people, Through a Day and a Night was coming at some point. You had this big army here. Could you have waited till the right moment and then just gone boo boo? And perhaps charged in and just overwhelmed Shadow before they could defend. Or get to 10 victory points. That's the danger of that plan, is you could always the Shadow could get to 10 VP before you can even get to 4 VP. But yeah. Or you might have just never drawn Through a Day and a Night and it would have just been a complete waste of time. Okay, going on turn 14. So now we've got a Stormcrow. That Great Host will come in useful, I'm sure. And a Crawler's Death versus an advantageous position. And there and back again. Right, so I presume no musters. You really want musters there. I mean, the will is probably going to get used as a muster, I presume. Woodland Realm from there. Okay, yep. That's really smart. Had to be done that. Pelagith Mosgiliath. Yeah, I forgot about Pelagith. That's an easy take. So yeah, I think you have to just take back Woodland Realm to get the extra point to survive. Use the confusion. I think I'd save the confusion there for another battle. I suppose, I don't know. You want to just make sure you get it done. So now we're up to, wait, shouldn't that be 8 victory points? If they've taken that as well. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, I don't know, I can't be bothered. First ship move, to reveal, Gimli dead. Oh yeah, they're not revealed because the of Gollum. And now Woodland Realm is put under siege. Yeah, they're up to 8. The Fellowship move again. And the Shelov just rubbing it in. And it's a 4. Takes them up to 7. Doesn't move again. Oh, that's just... this has been a brutal game for GGB. I'm surprised you wanted me to share this, GGB, given how brutalized you've been by the dice and the cards. Or the tiles and the cards especially. Bilbo Song is played. That's handy. I don't think it's going to make a difference here. Woodland Realm, you'd think it's going to fall. Actually, definitely much crazy things have happened. You know, the Woodland Realm could hold here. Advantageous position against Deadly Strife. Bad roll from sharpz. Bad re-roll from sharpz. Only 2 hits on a Deadly Strife. No, wait. Oh yeah, only 2 because of the advantageous position. And 4 from GJB. And the press draw. I think I'd wait. Sharpz goes for it again. 2 hits. Only 1 hit back, but it's 3v2. What is going to happen here? Elven Rope, and on they went. Okay, the Hill Troll's perfect timing for that card. Really couldn't have asked for a better draw there. With some Velrond. 2 eyes in the hunt. Okay, what are you going to do here? Could GJB be the ultimate prankster and do the character Dale retake for like the 17,000th time with these dice? That would be hilarious. I hope that happens. Sortie from Erebor. Oh, great. Yeah, the dwarves are at war, aren't they? Of course. Yeah, of course you do that. Yeah, you can tell that I'm rushing a bit, so I'm not thinking everything through in much detail. You get that into there. These guys come down. The problem is then you can do the old switcheroo and go 1, 2 and attack that with this army instead. But yeah, the 3 people can react to that. That goes in. Woodland Realm from Dale. Yep. Choose the card. Confusion versus Dread and Despair. Ooh, that's a nice use of Dread and Despair there. That's a really nice use of Dread and Despair. No hits on GGB. 2 hits back. Ouchie. He still presses. Draws into Ysta's Bane. NC. 2 hits versus 2 hits. And now Dale is weak. Oh no, so now Erebor's weak and Dale's weak, so that's really backfired. The only thing that's happened is they've lost that single guy there, I believe, and yet this entire army's been decimated. So actually, yeah, is it in the interest of the Shadow to ignore Woodland Realm and just go for Dale and this now? I suppose you can muster up a dwarf in there. So is it worth it? Okay, just taking it back to stop it mustering. Yeah, smart. So is this army marching all the way up here then? What's going on? Yep. It's a little army coming up here. 3 people move, and it's an eye, and they're revealed. Wait, GJB forgot to reveal there because it's an eye, even though it's Shelob, should still be a reveal. Yeah, there we go. Remembered. I don't even know who's attacking us. This is in Western Met. Fighting now again. Sharpz gets a hit, 1 hit back. This is going to be close. Fight. Sharpz gets a 2. GJB gets the 2. So these 2 wipe each other out. Oh, mate, this game is stupid. Very funny. Flips. So, could the 3 people do it? Could they limp over the line? I mean, to be honest, if the tiles had been normal tiles, or just not red tiles, the 3 people would have eventually got there. But the red tiles combined with the corruption now, it's going to be a long shot, even just to get a. Could be quite a long shot just to get a dunk, even if they do get the dice. And then here comes the sort of Bane. What's it going to be? And it's a 2. Ah, that really hurts. And you can't even hide. So now just salt in the wound. Turn 16. New powers rising just to make sure that Edoras goes down. What's the force pool like? They've got 4 guys left. 4. There's another way. Okay, that's good. That's very good. If you get an absolute miracle with the tiles. 5 character dice. All right. Well, I hope this could be a fun ending. Let's see what happens. You play There's Another Way. Yep. And it's a Smeek. Oh my goodness. 2 reds, now a blue. What a this is a hell of an ending. Because yeah, there's the dice there. If the tiles don't kill, GJB can do it. Flocks of Quebec. Are there any? Has he got any cards? No C cards to throw at the Fellowship either. Oh wow, this is going to be a good ending. GJB, what are you doing? Go for the ring dunk. What if you get revealed? Actually, no. Is there anything that could stop you there? I think I would just go all out. Wait. What's going on here? Oh, to play Thranduil. But I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it because this army still it's going to be able to get there. It's going to be able to get there. I think you save that die to do the 1, the hide, the hide, then the dunk. Because what if you hit another red? What if you hit another red? What other reds are there? Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused here. Yeah, so if you hit the red 1, you could still win the game with that. I think it's all on the. For me, I think you just go for the dunk and pray for the nice tiles. Yeah, because I think that army's going to be too big, even with Thranduil. And yeah, you can't even move that down now. How many times has Dale changed hands? Must be a record. Probably about 8 times or something stupid. What do we get? Come on. And it's an I. Okay, so that's a 2R. Then there's the hide. Wooden Realm. What's going to happen in Wooden Realm? Words of Power does nothing. 1 hit, 3 hits. Yeah. So that was the danger there. Draws into Ring Whisper Abroad. Ooh. Draws into Morgul Wound. Right, so let's have a look at this pool. Lose, 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 lose. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lose tiles versus 1, 2, 3. See, yeah, I think that's why I would have kept that extra character dice, because it means that this tile isn't 100% a lose tile. You get another go. You get another go. Although I think the Morgul Rune may have been the decider there. Anyway. Nice card leap. What's going to happen? Who's going to be the winner? I already know, but you don't. Unless you've been looking at the spreadsheet a lot. 3, 2, 1. Only 3 of 8 tells where I live. Almost 50-50. Not too bad. Draws File of Galadriel. GGB, what a game. That was truly epic. But what the hell? I swear it said Shadow won the game. I must have been looking at the wrong row. Holy shit, the whole time I thought Shadow won. Oh my god, what an ending. What an ending. That is incredible. That is a mad game. It's actually, I've enjoyed it more because the whole time I thought that it was going to be an anticlimax because Shadow were going to just get there anyway. Wow, what a game. Thanks for sharing that, GJB. Ha! I can't. So after this horrible start with the red tile, Shelob, and then you get 2 blue tiles and the 3 out of 8. Wow, okay. Awesome end to the game. Thanks for showing that, Sharpz and GGB. Great sports. Well played. Let's have a quick look at the stats. So yeah, -3 movement. So there was that movement at the end. It wasn't quite so bad. Still +7 eyes for the Shadow. That did slow things down. Overall, pretty shoddy combat from everyone. Pretty much. Ah, wow, deep breath. Exciting one. And that's a long video. That's a long video. So hopefully it's been a fun one. Another episode of Peepin' Tom Bombadils. Until next time, I love you. Bye.